All right, thank you for staying with us. After much back and forth on the alleged falsification of certificate by President Bola Tinubu, which, if true, would probably have made him ineligible to contest the 2023 presidential election, the Chicago State University has released his academic records, proving that he indeed was a student of the school. The District Court of Northern District of Illinois, its Eastern Division, had ordered the institution to release the president's academic record following a request by the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, in the 2023 presidential poll. He had requested the original copy of Tinubu's academic record, questioning the authenticity of the document. Will this put an end to the witch hunting in some quarters that has thrilled the president's administration and victory at the polls? Joining us in the studio is public affairs analyst Oladeinde Ariyo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. How are you?
Now, that's the big question. Now that the records have been put straight by the Chicago State University, there's been divergent reactions to this, though, and the Minister for Aviation and Aerospace even went ahead to say that the presidential candidate of the PDP should actually apologize to Nigerians and the president for this embarrassment and all of it. But let's get your perspective.
Right. You know, when I told a friend yesterday that I'll be discussing this today, he said they will pray for me. Why? Because there's so many planks on which we'll be talking. Number one, you know, if you read the Bible, everywhere they will say God created the earth. They never use the word. It's the people that God made that now mention the word world. And that is why everything in the world is always in topsy-turvy. Okay? Now, it was good enough that they went to the tribunal to query the results and all of that. But this issue of certification is not a new thing, just that it refused to go away. What I found absurd is internationalizing what was a local problem.
Okay.
Yeah, because what if, for instance, is found wanting? It's not just going to be about him now, but about all of us.
As a country.
Those of us as a country, as a people, as a nation, those of us who have been opportune at one time or the other to travel out with the green passport, we've not, in some places, the expenses are not palatable.
Absolutely.
My 50th birthday, I was invited by a minister to Bulgaria. I was in Agbada, cap and all. 58th birthday. Now, upon arrival at the airport, there was a limo waiting for me outside. The people didn't come in, but immediately they saw my passport, they put me in one room. And me, as they say in Yoruba, Kogba, Kodija, I can as well go back to my country. It wasn't a big deal for me to come. We met at an international trade fair in Tokyo, and he said he will invite me, you know? And I got there, and I said, look, don't keep me here for more than 5 minutes. If I'm not entering, let me go back to my country. Just then, the people waiting for me had to come in, and then they rescued me. I wasn't carrying anything. Even my bag was a small one because I intended to buy new dresses, which I will, bring home. So if you have gone through all of these things, before you will take any local issue, before you will globalize it, you will think twice. I mean, this for me was a no-no. It's a case of what they call rough tackling in football. If you miss the ball, don't miss the leg. The whole idea was Tinubu must be brought down at all costs. They've started from the drug issue. That was cleared. They went to the issue of name, identity theft, and all of that. I saw his letter of admission, not given to me by him, but on social media. Somebody posted it, and the university carefully wrote the letter stating that He was joining them from another university, another school. They didn't mention that anyway. They said they assessed his credit rating that he qualified to join their system. And everything was well stated. And you know, in America, it's not all about O-level, A-level. You can go in with SAT, you can go in with GED. America is not like here. There are limited opportunities and channels. It's not like a one-way thing. You pass school, you don't pass, then you are stranded. No. And they should have taken control of all of these things before going the way they went. But what happened? Two people can damage any country. Those who don't know what to say and are talking, and those who know what to say and are not talking. And I said, look, we can't go this way. The second thing is the misuse of social media. People who know next to nothing, who cannot solve their individual problems, they become experts in Tinubu affair, postulating, projecting, and writing all manner of nonsense. I had to call one of them. I said, oh, if you see this man one-on-one, can you tell him you wrote this? I said, no. I said, why do you have to write? I let people know. If anybody sends anything to me, I will. If I'm not convinced that it makes sense, I won't share. There is one video trending now of a party in central London where the celebrant came up and said, those who didn't buy Ashwebi should leave the party. And if they fail to leave, that they will not reach 70 before they will die. I mean, it's been going around. I cannot share such a video because it's not going to add value to humanity. And I'm glad that at the end of the day, things have panned out this way. Initially, I wasn't comfortable with the president's lawyer, refusing to allow access. Because as I'm seated here...
I think that was deliberate.
It wasn't necessary for all I care. If anybody says, I didn't go to secondary school, I won't reply you. I can assure you, my classmates, my juniors, my seniors, they will come out and say, we know this guy. He was even a prefect, and it was this, it was that. You understand? But anyhow it has played out, we are somewhere. And I would rather not want to say the vanquished or the victor, okay? Because for me, I ask myself, is it all about Nigeria or about personal interest? Yes, because if we are fighting, and that's why we still say that our temperament for democracy is still not ideal. Okay?
What do you mean by it's still not ideal?
If you lose an election, like yesterday on another platform, when the governor of Nasarawa State was removed by a tribunal, and we are now saying they did so much to arrange the election, and now this. That was money gone down the drain. Where is the INEC staff on ground who supervised the election? They too must go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because they organized, supervised, and released the results that was made public. Now, if a panel of 4 people are going to be throwing away results of election where more than 1 million people killed in the sun and voted, won't we begin to think of another system of electioneering whereby people will have to go and suffer when at the end of the day they will have been disenfranchised when their expressed votes will not hold any water. Here, and it's because of the mentality of knowing that you win an election, your life is made. Yeah. I mean, if it's where it will not impact you any significantly, you won't go to war.
Service.
Sorry?
Where it is genuinely a matter of
service is the whole idea behind it. Right. You won't cause mayhem. Okay? But here, it's not the case. But the
law gives room for that.
Well, unfortunately, as we said, some of those things that need to be changed through constitutional amendments, they will not happen. Why? The people in authority, National Assembly, are you asking them to legislate against themselves? They will not.